Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today let's make an Actias Luna ice dye. No, I'm not going to make a moth shirt, but that would be really cool. However, Dyespin has some dark horse colors and one of them is called Actias Luna. So I wanted to go ahead and try it on this dress and see what it looked like. This dress is kind of a cream color and it has some black embroidery detail up around the neck and on the sleeves of the dress. For dresses like this one that kind of have several different tiers to them, sometimes I think keeping the design a little more simple looks better. So I'm going to do a random sinew tie. The random sinew lines kind of give a little bit of a geode vibe without the busyness of an actual geode. But it's also not quite as simple as if I did like a single color tall deep scrunch or something like that. I think both of those designs are great, but on this dress, I want a little bit of design, but not a whole lot of design. When I'm tying my random sinew lines, I'm also grabbing both sides of the fabric. I know sometimes I'll just grab one layer of fabric and maybe tie the front a little separate from the back, but this time I'm tying both of them together. And I'm trying to be a little bit easy on the dress, up near the neck where it has the embroidery, and on the sleeves with the embroidery. I don't want to damage that area at all. Once I finished tying the dress, I didn't dye it for a few days so it had dried out completely. It doesn't need to be completely dry though, and it's really a pretty thin dress, so it dried out really quickly. I want the dress to have more of a watercolor feel, so I'm going to place the dye over the top of the ice. To do that, I've taken a plastic tub or tote, and I'm using a colander that has expandable arms where you can kind of make it fit over the tote and the bottom is not sitting down on the bottom of the tote. Then I've placed the dress inside of the colander and I'm going to place the ice over the top. For designs like this, I don't like to have to come back and add a second layer of ice, so I'm adding a pretty heavy layer of ice the first time. You can do it if you need to, or you can actually flip the dress and apply more ice and dye to the backside if you had to. As thin as this dress is though, I shouldn't have to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to randomly apply the Actias Luna from Dyespin over the top of the dye. And by the way, if you're looking for these dark horse colors, they're not listed under their regular dye colors. If you go out to your home page, they have their own separate little area. They're called the dark horse colors. They developed these or mixed these specifically for ice dyeing, and in the description they say they can be a little unpredictable and their results may vary. Along with the Actias Luna, I'm going to add a little bit of sage from Pro Chemical and Dye, just to add another little element into the dress. Now I'm going to add a little bit of additional dry soda ash over the top of the dye and then place the dress aside and allow the ice to melt. After the ice melted, I placed this container in a warm spot to try to get the dress to go ahead and process fairly quickly. I started to get a little bit concerned that it hadn't gotten warm enough, so I tried to do hot water irrigation on it, but my sprayer wasn't working properly, so I ended up just pouring the hot water over the top of the dress. Then I took the dress to my utility sink, and there wasn't really a need to wash it or rinse it in cold water because I'd already rinsed out any soda ash. So I just continued rinsing in hot water until the water was running almost clear. Then I put the dress along with some Dharma's professional textile detergent into my washing machine, and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so now that the dress has been washed and dried, this is what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think this dress is beautiful. I love these two colors and I love them together. So if you aren't familiar, Actias Luna is actually a moth. And I think Dyespin did a great job matching the color. I looked it up out on Google just to kind of see what the color of an actual Actias Luna is, and they hit it pretty close. Some of the darker, more olive shades are coming in from the sage that I used from Pro Chemical. And I think that really adds to the dress. I like those darker shades mixed with the lighter shades. And I really like this design for this dress. I didn't know how much of the detailing up at the neck and the sleeves would actually dye. I mean, I know that elastic isn't going to dye, and I know that the embroidery stuff won't dye, but I wasn't sure about all of it. By the way, this dress is lined, and the lining actually dyed as well. So I wanted to do a design that wasn't super busy, wouldn't distract away from the design that was already in the dress, and so I settled on this one. And I love the dye movement with this. It just looks so watercolor-like. It's gorgeous. I really think it's so pretty. I've included a few close-ups so that you can see kind of the dye movement and the watercolor effect that it made on the dress. I don't think I ever mentioned either, this dress isn't 100% cotton. It's like 53% cotton and 47% rayon and viscose. By the way, if you're ever looking for dresses to dye, you know, Dharma Trading Company is a great place to go and get dresses, but there are lots of other places that you can purchase dresses too. I've bought dresses from, Walmart, Target, Old Navy, and H&M. I actually, anytime I'm out shopping, I just kind of keep my eyes open for white items, and when I pass by, I look and see what the fabric content of them is. It's amazing sometimes how many white items you can find that'll dye up really well. Old Navy's kind of one of my go-to places to purchase dresses to tie-dye. They usually sell them at a really good price, most of them have pockets, and they usually have a lot of options. You can get them too at a pretty good sale most of the time. And at the end of a season is a great time to stock up. This isn't an advertisement for Old Navy, but I know it's tough sometimes to find dyeables, and so I like to share wherever I find mine and hope that it helps somebody else. I've bought various items off of Amazon, which I intended to ice dye or tie dye, but they're not always exactly what they are labeled or that the description says that they are. I've bought some before that say they're cotton and they're really not. So you kind of have to watch that. I usually hit the reviews and see if anybody makes a comment about that before I make a purchase. So I love this dress and I think it's really pretty, but what do you guys think? Do you like the new dark horse color Actias Luna? Have you tried it? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. And if you've enjoyed watching this video and watching me make this dress, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it, and if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.